beyond suspending these members of parliament, what has he done?
Yeah.
Anyway,
he owes us an explanation.
Let's get into the papers.
Well, there's this very interesting story about the nation aiming for food self-sufficiency. Comes with a picture of the finance minister, Dr. Cassiel Atoforsen. Story from Beatrice Lai in Esuchari says the finance minister, Dr. Cassiel Atoforsen, Daily Graphic, has stated that the country has the natural resources and the capacity to feed itself with right investments and policy direction. He has consequently affirmed the government's commitment, backed by the World Bank, to transform the country's agriculture sector under the West Africa Food Security Resilience Program to achieve food self-sufficiency, reduce imports, and create jobs. As always, one of the very interesting stories about achieving self-sufficiency when it comes to food. Brilliant. But just about 2 weeks ago, we were reporting about food gluts in the north, where maize that have been cultivated are just out there rotting away. Same with rice. And also there's a current ban on exporting those, so you are not getting that. So it is nice for the finance minister to be saying something nice like this, and we were told that the government were releasing about 200 million Ghana cedi for the National Buffer Stock Company to claw back some of the excess food in the system for the future. We didn't do that. Winston, you have huge tracts of farmland that you have been working on, and you have been cultivating crops that are wasting away. The government is not. I like nice speeches like this, but
beyond
how do
speeches,
we actualize it? Because if not, because we have so much food out.
We have arable land across the country,
and I'm telling you, Winston has a lot of them. He has been.
We haven't been intentional.
Yeah,
we haven't been intentional as a nation. And when I saw this story, I did a bit of reading. In Kenya, sometime in 2017, avocados contributed 25% of Kenya's gross domestic product. Avocados do well in Ghana.
You see, whenever I hear the thing about glut, there's food glut. Sometimes we talked about egg glut.
Yeah.
Only to understand during the festive season, when the Greater Accra Poultry Farmers Association partnered with the multimedia group to actually sell eggs at our car park, we realized that eggs that were being sold to the market queens at 40 cedis per crate, they were selling it to us at 70 cedis.
Wow.
So what you see, a lot of the times when they say, there's glut, and sometimes people have also refused to buy expensive things. So if you come and say this is 70, they won't buy. They will go home. They would wait until, because they realize that things are expected to go, prices are expected to go down. So if you don't reduce prices, they won't buy.
Nobody's buying.
So the problem is the middlemen. And that's why some of these farmers should also do forward integration. They should find ways of getting into the retail market. Because if you always would wait for the middleman, and this is the sad aspect, Kweku, and for all of us, for those of us who are farmers, we know this all. The people who actually come to you and buy on credit, they go and refuse to reduce. Look, somebody bought pork from me, and then after he would always buy and come and pay after a week. Guess what? He bought one time and then came back asking, senior, and I told him, the ones I have currently are not that old, so give me about, say, a month or two. Do you know what the guy did?
No.
He did not pay for that week's. You know why? Because he was going to use that money to go and buy elsewhere. Yes. So many of these people would take the produce on credit. You go for the egg farmers, you go, they tell you, Omontoyo, end of story.
Yeah.
For the maize farmers, you go, Omontoyo, because they have just refused to reduce the prices. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
They rather make excessive profit than actually sell.
And so what happens is that people would import. For those of us who are into livestock and we're into, we know, for instance, that when it comes to maize, people would prefer to buy the imported maize because it's cheaper sometimes than the locally produced.
It's the same with chicken, isn't it?
Because the challenge is that the middlemen, the market queens, have just refused.
But Winston, it is not easy for a farmer, an average farmer, to go beyond the farm gate.
Yeah.
That is another challenge because farming is an expensive enterprise. If you don't have financial muscle, there are things you cannot do. So most of these farmers are at the mercy of middlemen, and the middlemen are the people engaged in profiteering. They will sell, pocket the money, and they will not even go back to pay the farmers.
That's the whole idea.
I don't know whether it's a Ghanaian thing.
And that's where the challenge is, because you see, you'd struggle,
trying to outsmart
cultivate. Anyway, let's get into other stories. But you see, farmers can also come together, Eric, and engage. See, look, we always think that the best way is to do it alone. No, sometimes you could form partnerships and also get your products to the market.
We don't trust each other.
Well, then that's a problem.
It's a Ghanaian problem. We don't trust each other. So we don't believe in partnerships. No. As for partnerships,
Anyway.
Well, in the news, our Kojo Akotoboa thing